Hello and welcome everybody to today's episode of Prem de la Creme on this beautiful fine evening, wherever you are this Friday, watching live from Newcastle in England, Durban in South Africa, and Gauteng in South Africa. If you guys want addresses, just let me know. But we are here today to discuss the world's football. The football's continued. The World Cup is here and it's never ever stopping. It's just continuing play. The football never ends, right? So we're here to constantly talk about the football. Every day we'll be talking about the football that happened the day before, and the football that's happening tomorrow, and the football that's happening the day after that. Non-stop football talk. Football. Well, who's going to win the football? Who's going to lose the football? Let's find out in the world of football. So, yeah, that's my word limit. Overtaken, so I can't really host this show. But I'm here today with, obviously, you guys know who these people are. Prem de la Creme is Mr. Corner Flag. How are you doing, my friend, Mr. Noaz?
Yeah, no, doing well. The World Cup, right? It's producing some iconic games that by the time this World Cup is over, we're going to be like, oh, nostalgic because the 2026 World Cup. I'm just happy. I'm in the moment. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm happy I'm able to talk about it. Oh my goodness, something has happened
Okay.
in the Egypt game. Let's go to our correspondent.
Let's go to Max. Let's go to Max Saeed in the top right.
It was almost a goal for Egypt, but the keeper.
Okay, thanks for ruining it while I'm watching it, mate. Can you just introduce yourself to the people? Let them know who you are. Let them know what we're doing today, mate.
Sorry.
Yeah. Don't upset them up.
The World Cup fever is amongst us, so
sorry.
we're just trying to get through it. But yeah, like Noah said, could be a nostalgic moment going forward in it. We will have to see in 10 years from now.
Yeah, we will see. And really, a nostalgic moment nearly was made moments ago in the Egypt game. By the way, everyone, make sure to repost the live, share it to your mate, share it to your mum, share it to your dad, share it to your uncle. Don't share it to your auntie, though. We don't want aunties on here. So everybody but aunties, you can share it to, right? And also Prem de la Creme and Max Aid. Make sure you do that. Go on second accounts, go on third account. Get your mum's phone, repost it there, and repost it to yourself. How about that? Yeah, because shares push the community forward. But yeah. Somebody said, "What do you dogs think of? Australia?" That's a really nice way of putting it. How do we think of Australia? Let's go to Prem de la Creme first. What do you think of Australia?
I don't even wait. First, let me see who said that. Let me address him by his name.
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, who said it?
It's...
Who's
I thought you were going to scream. Yeah, his name's interesting.
I don't even see it, by the way. It might be a setting.
Mm.
Oh, shit, I see it. Shit, okay. Yo, 2 followers. Definitely a burner account. All right.
Can we answer the question? Or?
That's why I just thought there was like some ammo we could throw back at him, but obviously he doesn't have the balls to put anything online. But Australia, I mean, nothing new. We knew Egypt were going to have a tough game against them. They definitely have World Cup pedigree. They had some decent games this World Cup. But clearly, struggling against a team that got their first World Cup win just 2 games ago tells you that Australia aren't really that good. And we're all still backing Egypt. Hopefully, they get the job done tonight. It looks like it might go into extra time. Australia, I mean, they always do what do they do best? They fill up the numbers. So they do a good job doing that every year. Maybe a Tim Cahill goal now and again, but Tim Cahill ain't here. So, yeah, I mean, there hasn't really been any sort of contribution to World Cups from Australia since 2014.
Noaz, real quick, can you just name me 3 other Australian players in 5 seconds not named Tim Cahill?
Who's that guy? Moore? That Moore guy. And Schneiderlin, right? And just for the
Yeah, interesting. Mark, I'll give you 5 seconds to name me 3 Australians.
Harry Suter, Iran Kunda, Beaching goals, Matt Ryan.
No, not the ones that are in now. That's cheating, bro. Give me like back in the day.
Bro, Matt Ryan is back in the day, yo.
Okay, there's one.
Matt Ryan is, to be fair.
Back in the days. Wow.
Negative ball knowledge here on the Prem de la Creme podcast. So that's what you can see and more. Thank you very much, Mohamed Azhar, for sending that to 10 friends to see the negative ball knowledge from these guys. If they wanted 3 plays, they should have just came to me because I would have told them exactly who they need to know. But they'll never know because they didn't ask, right? So, anyway.
Moy played for them, isn't
Oh,
Bro,
Moya.
you're too much.
Yeah, I meant Moya. I said
You just-
Mo.
you-
But Moya.
Yeah,
Aaron
I
Moya.
said 5 seconds, not 5 business days, bro. We've moved on now, right?
Listen,
But-
brains is not working.
Yeah, that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing when you can talk about football, mate. But anyway, the reason why he asked that is because Egypt are playing Australia currently. And no, Aisha, we cannot show you because obviously we will get restricted. But if you go on your
How do you ask
TV,
that question?
go on DS1 or go on Supersport, right, which our handsome friend was on earlier on today, you can watch those games, right? So make sure you have those subscriptions relevant or irrelevant. There we go. You don't watch TV? Well, that's very difficult if you want to watch the game. Watch on your laptop, mate. But anyway, currently, Egypt are 1-1, and we will give you updates as the game goes on. You'll probably give us updates before we do, but we'll talk through the game. I mean, let's talk about this game so far. What are our thoughts from this game? I know Nawaz was on the road, so I'm not going to go to Nawaz, Anatole, or Prem de la Creme. I'm going to go straight to Max Saeed. What are your thoughts of the game so far? It's now gone to full time, so we're going to extra time at 1-1.
Yeah, I think Egypt started off like house on fire, which they're supposed to. In a massive encounter, when you're going to a knockout stage, you need to stake your claim, and that's what they did. But after that, I feel like they went too much in their shell again. Like, they're not doing anything. Every time the ball went into like a 50-50 challenge, always the Australians got on the end of it. And it's very disappointing from an African point of view. The Egyptians are strong, and they have the capabilities to take it over the line, especially when you have players like Salah and Mamouche. And I was telling Nawaz before we got on here, Mamouche is one of those guys who had some opportunities to kill the game off in the 90 minutes, especially at the start of the second half. We had one-on-one with the keeper and he puts it wide. As a big game player, you need to deliver. And we know what talent he is and what shot he has on him. But I'm very disappointed with Mamouche in this game. He should have taken the Egyptians over the line. And you can see Australia gained momentum. Eventually, they got the equalizer. And I think they're in the driving seat going into this game. And hopefully, I hope going into this extra time, the Egyptians can pull something off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that sentiment. I didn't really watch a lot of the second half, but the first half, they controlled it, really, from start to finish. In terms of midfield, they really killed the game off. I know the number 5 had a couple of chances. I don't know if he went off at half-time, because I know he got injured just before then for Australia. Did he go off, Mac?
Yeah, he went off. Was it right back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was really good, though. He was flying forward for Australia, but yeah, Harry Suter doing a big job in defense, but Egypt looked all over them. So, inshallah, they get the job done. If not extra time on penalties. Because we need that Messi versus Salah game. But Salah is injured, so that's not really that helpful. I mean, he's not injured like off the pitch injured, but he's injured like he's carrying an off. But yeah, but as famous players have said countless times, when are you ever 100% fit? You're never 100% fit. So there we go. But Bukayo Saka pointing. Case in point. There we are. But yeah, so that is a game that's currently going on right now. We will give you updates as that game goes on. But let's go back. Back to life. Back to reality. Portugal versus Croatia. Some have said, I've heard on the grapevine, the best game of the tournament. The reason why it's the best game of the tournament? The vibe, the play, the decisions. 2-1 ended between Portugal and Croatia. Cristiano Ronaldo moves on to the last 16 to face Spain next week, which will be a very, very interesting game. I didn't watch it because I was sleeping. Yeah. But my boys here, Max Saeed and Nawaz Anatole, mate, they are just loving the football right now, and the football never ends. So let's get their thoughts. Let's go over to Durban to Mac FC. Mac FC, oh, wow. A body just came up on screen. The cameraman doing really well this World Cup. But Mac FC, what did you think of the game between Portugal and Croatia?
I think it was a good game, a good spectacle for the neutral to watch. Croatia turned up. I didn't give them any chance going into this game, but Croatia came and staked their claim in this match. We saw Kovacic and Modric run that midfield. Like, they were all over them, especially getting it into those wide areas. Along that left-hand side for Portugal, we know Nuno Mendes hasn't been his best on that left-hand side defensively. And that certainly was Stanisic and Vlasic took total control of, and that led to their first goal. So it was brilliant from the Croatians, But then Roberto Martinez had something up his arm, which fair play to him. 4 subs so early in the second half, bro. 4. Who saw that coming? 4 attacking subs. And then also to bring on Cristiano Ronaldo. Boys, before I continue, is Ronaldo the problem?
No.
Nah. I think he needed to. Ronaldo isn't a 90-minute player, so he needed to sub him. It's not a problem, though.
Okay. I'll continue from there. Anyways, the reason you know for Ronaldo coming off is because he went with a pure attack-minded base, like just to go forward. He left João Neves as a one-man midfield. Imagine he had the cojones to leave João Neves, the 20-year-old, on his own in that midfield to run the game against Modric and Kovacic, considering that first half, the way they ran that midfield, and to leave him alone. Oh, was crazy. Then, to go into their first goal, we've been talking about this almost every stream. The holding. Do you think it was a penalty, Nawaz?
It's a soft, but I think ultimately, right call.
I think it was a penalty.
Yeah.
I think it was a penalty, but I think when it comes to decisions like that, we need to see it more on a consistent basis. It can't be 1 week we have it or one game, that's a penalty. But in a whole different other game, something very similar or the exact same challenge happens.
That's what I called out
And it's
for
not.
yesterday. When I
Yes,
spoke.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Referees have been a bit
and that's what I was
inconsistent.
saying. We've been talking about it. Hamza, did you by chance see what happened with the penalty?
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty.
Yeah. So, fair play. Ronaldo stepped up. Good goal. And then another controversial moment at the very end. Okay, wait, before that, let's get into Goncalo Ramos' goal. Brilliant header. That ball for Rafael Leao
Perfect.
into Goncalo Ramos. And I'm going to give a shout out to Hamza. Hamza says, give the boy an opportunity and you'll see what he can do. He told Uzi this. I think it was last night he told him this. And he actually went and delivered. So brilliant from Goncalo Ramos. And then the controversial issue.
Well, let's get to that. Let's get to that. Actually, Mark, let's get to that. I want
Okay.
to discuss that. It's like it's its whole thing. We will definitely get to that, right? And it'll be interesting to see what you guys think of the penalty incident at the very end. I'm assuming if you're a Ronaldo fan, you're gonna say, yeah, it was offside all day. If you're a Ronaldo hater, you're gonna be like, why are they bringing in Snickers? This isn't cricket. I understand that, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. But Mr. Nawaz Anatule, right? The changes from Portugal were brave, right? But talk to me a little bit about Croatia's performance, because everything that I'm hearing is saying Croatia actually played pretty well this game.
Yeah, it goes back to what Pav said as well. Like Croatia always played to the level of their opponent. And considering the team, that Croatia had, lots of people thought that they weren't going to be able to keep up with this Portuguese team. But ultimately, they were able to do it. And if anything, they nearly even took it into extra time. And we'll talk about what that moment was in further detail. But yeah, I thought Mateo Kovacic had a decent game as well. Definitely, it was helping Modric dictate the play there. But overall, yeah, Croatia. Was it more them keeping up to speed with Portugal, or was it more Roberto Martinez's tactics that weren't really that aggressive from the beginning? Because Vitinha, for example, a lot of sideways passes. Bruno Fernandes again, not really being as direct as we've seen him in the Premier League. So, did Martinez help Croatia keep up with Portugal, or was Croatia actually good? That's the question.
Yeah, I was probably a mix of both. It probably lies somewhere in the middle. But yeah, as I said, Gonzalo Ramos, man. Like, I'm not saying he's unreal, right? But I think it's such a cheap excuse when people say Ronaldo has to play. There's nobody else there. It's like, I think that Ronaldo should play over these guys, right? I do believe that, right? But not for that reason. I think that's the most brain dead thing that you can say. Because Gonzalo Ramos, bro, last World Cup he got a hat-trick. Yeah? I know it wasn't against like a top team, but he's proven he can score for Portugal in the big moments. He doesn't fear the big moments. He scored a big penalty against Arsenal. Like when he's called upon for PSG, he does his job, right? So And even João Felix is all right. He's decent. So it's not like they've got nobody. It's not like when Brazil had Fred and nobody else, right? It's not like that. But people make this big deal about Gonzalo Ramos. And I just don't understand it. But because the football world sees him completely different in terms of like he just got an 80 million move to AC Milan under Ruben Amorim.
It's funny,
I don't know where the hell they found that money, but
it's funny though. Like people are forgetting that it wasn't even that long ago. It was literally the last World Cup where similar situation. Ramos should he start over an aging Ronaldo. Ramos starts, gets a hat trick in Qatar. So it's like people should know that this guy is good. He's obviously the reason why he's not starting for PSG is because PSG and literally three best attackers is Dembele. Like Dembele can play through the middle, and it's because he's playing through the middle is because of the likes of Bradley Barcola and Desiree Doué on the wing, occupying the wing. So Ousmane Dembele can't even occupy the wing because they have these two world-class wingers as well, and Kvaratskhelia. So it's unfortunate for Gonzalo Ramos. That's why it's good that he actually did go to AC Milan because he is a better striker than people are painting him out to be.
Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. But yeah, let's jump into the elephant in the room, which is obviously Portugal win. Gonzalo Ramos gets the header, but should it have gone to extra time? Because that goal at the end, you brought out the snicko machine from cricket, and Portugal make their way through. I'll start with Matt, because obviously he had his opinions on it. What did you think of that whole moment?
From a pure fan point of view, I would have loved it to go to extra time. But from a football point of view, by the letter of the law, that is offside. If it was an intentional header by Renato Vega, he wouldn't have been offside. But the fact that brother didn't know whether he hit his head or not and fell into Croatia's path and scored, unfortunately, it was offside. So from a pure fan point of view, I was very disappointed. But on footballing grounds, it was the right decision. And we saw they clearly had to go to Snico to confirm that he hit the head first of the Croatian guy. And first time in history we've seen something like that due to technology in the football. And then
I have an opinion on that also, but when that's done.
And then, you know, there was something else I wanted to pick up also, but I can't remember in this exact point in time. But yeah, ultimately, I feel like it was a fair decision, but from a fan point of view, it wasn't the best sight to see.
No, as?
I think the only thing I will add on top of that is the fact that like VAR and all of this football technology was brought in so that we can avoid the clear and obvious errors. The fact that they brought this new technology, I'm not totally opposed to it because obviously it can help the VAR, but to dissect it as if this is one of those criminal cases that, you have to make sure that the verdict is 100% right or wrong. Like that for me is taking the beauty away of the game because football is so subjective, it's so contextual. It's an imperfect game played perfectly through. Let's say it's an imperfect game played beautifully, right? That's the game of football. So by dissecting it like this, to a point where also it's like you're talking about a piece of technology that's so sensitive. You're telling me a strand of hair probably was the thing that it picked up because the visuals doesn't show the ball changing direction. So it means it must have touched his hair. A ball that gets kicked by 22 footballers still has that level of sensitivity that you can pick up. I doubt it, bro. I doubt it. Like you're telling me also that maybe if Ruben Diaz was attempting to header the ball, his piece of sweat touches the ball, he would have done the exact same thing. Because in my opinion, a drop of sweat weighs more than a strand of hair. So it's difficult. You can't really like use that so like fine margins. You can't change a full game of football like that. That's my
I agree.
And us as football fans didn't sign up for that.
So do you believe that it should have been counted or not? That Croatia's second goal.
It should have been counted. I think people that are complaining about.
You think it should have been counted?
Probably the goal should have been counted. Yeah.
Really, but what you've just said is like, what does a strand of hair really make a difference, right? But it touched that strand of hair, right? So if it doesn't make any difference, how does that mean that the defenders interfered with the play?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm on. Am I not on your side here?
No, because you're saying that the goal should have stood, right? That's what you said, right? But you just said that the strand of hair, right? Doesn't make any difference. A drop of sweat makes it even more. It makes more of a difference, and that still doesn't make any difference, right? So if the defense, so in that case, the defender hasn't really touched it. The defender hasn't affected it at all. So why would it not be given offside?
No, but that's why. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Why has it been given offside? Because that's the decision, isn't it?
Well, because the defender didn't touch it. Because the defender didn't interfere.
No, he did. That was the whole Sneeko thing. The fact that the
no, I know, no. But what you're saying is he didn't is because it's so minimal. The strand of hair is so minimal. It doesn't interfere at all. So how would it? So how, in your opinion, does that mean that it's offside? Because if you said that it meant something, then it would make sense that you're saying that it's offside. So, do you get what I'm saying?
I think you're a bit confused at what the Sneeko was for.
Wasn't it? Okay, wait. So here's my understanding, because I was watching the game and stuff. So when the ball initially came in, the guy was onside, wasn't it?
No, he was offside.
Oh, he was offside. Okay, yeah. No, yeah. So him touching the ball meant you're still offside, wasn't it?
No, the guy that headed the ball was onside, but the guy with the run was offside. But the Sneeko wasn't for the ball touching Renato Vega. The Sneeko was to see
just before that.
If
what?
To see if the Croatian guy touched the ball.
Oh, okay. As the ball went past him.
Yeah, so if the Croatian guy didn't touch it with his head, then I think he could have been onside. Yeah, but because he touched it, he became offside.
That's what made it offside, yeah. So that's what I'm saying, yeah. So the fact that decision of him, okay, fine, he touched it, and now he
number 20. Are we talking about number 20, like flicking it barely? Is that what you're talking about?
That's the Sneeko.
Oh, so you're saying because it microscopically touched it, that counted as the final touch, like the final touch before 15 Understood. Okay.
And bro, that guy said he didn't even feel anything. He said he asked the referee, "Oh, what happened?" He said it might have touched my hair, it might have, but like.
No, let's be honest. If you touched it or not, you're not going to say you touched it. You want to win the game.
So the fact that this guy actually said it makes me think like, oh shit, bro, maybe there was genuinely a touch. Because why would you say it? Yeah.
I don't know.
But if Vega had to make a movement where he actually went to hit the ball away and it landed at the Croatian guy's feet, that would have been a goal. You would have been counted. But the fact that Vega didn't know what was happening, just like grazed him and fell into his path, then that's why it's offside.
Yeah.
Should I tell you why Mac believes that it's correct as well, in terms from a coaching perspective? He believes it's correct because in our predictions table, he predicted 2-1. And if that goal had gone in, that would have messed up his whole prediction. See, I threw the coaching in there just get yard out of it.
Fair point.
Now he's never going to trust me ever again. But anyway, just for one laugh, I'll ruin trust forever. That's fine. That's no problem. But yeah, man, I mean, now Portugal move on and they play against Spain. I know we're going to do a preview around the time, but just give me your quick thoughts in terms of that game.
Bro, if just seen Portugal midfield is going to be versing, you've just seen Portugal midfield will be versing the Spanish midfield. And Oyarzabal is on his game that day. Portugal are going to be sent home. It's a sad one. Whenever Bafana doesn't play international football, I always back Spain. But I do want Ronaldo to walk away with a World Cup. So it's a conflict of interest for me. It's going to be a game I'm just going to sit back and enjoy. But I feel like the outcome will be leaning more towards a Spain victory than a Portugal victory.
Well, Spain are one of two teams of this World Cup that haven't conceded a goal yet. Can you name me the other one? Not Mac, because he. Oh, okay, I was going to say, yeah, okay, Mexico. Well done, Noah.
Sorry.
Because I knew Mac knew, innit? I just wanted to see if Noah knew as well. But yeah, they're one of two teams that haven't conceded the goal. And the reason for that is because they don't concede the ball. They literally, basically, never turn the ball over. Whenever you watch the game, it's just them chilling with it in the midfield, either Pedri or Rodri, right? Just relaxing on the ball. But yeah, I mean, Mac, how do you see it? Portugal versus Spain. What did I say about Oyarzabal? He only turned up against Saudi and Austria. Against Uruguay, he was nowhere to be seen. Against Cabo Verde, he was nowhere to be seen.
The guy's got 11 goals in his last 10 games, bro. Why are you hating it?
No, I'm just saying, like, contextually. Just add a bit of context.
Apart from that Cape Verde game, if you look how Spain have been playing, like I've told you, overload the left-hand side, overlap, ball in, they score. And who's on the right hand side for Portugal? João Cancelo, and we know he hasn't been having the best World Cup. So Spain looks
That's
like they're gonna run riot. They look like they're gonna run riot with Oyarzabal, Olmo, and Cucurella in those exchanges. So it's gonna be a good watch, but I think Spain is gonna edge it out, and not even late into the game. I think they're gonna close it out early.
It's funny because I think for that exact reason, Portugal will win. They had their number in the Nations League, right? They pinned them back. They pinned both their fullbacks back, and they just pinned Spain's gameplay back completely. I know Nations League is a different time. I've said it countless times. Nuno Mendes now is completely different to Nuno Mendes a year ago. It's like it feels like I'm watching two different players, if I'm being completely honest. But I think that Portugal have a lot more than what you would think for Spain, genuinely. And Spain have not impressed me too much this tournament. Like that Uruguay and that Cape Verde performance really like. As much as I love Yamal, bro, this guy for me has not stamped his authority on this tournament just yet, right? Obviously, it can still happen. It's halfway through the tournament if they end up winning it, right? And he's just a young lad, so there's no pressure even if he doesn't do it. But I know what you're saying about the left-hand side. I think that they'll be able to sort it, Portugal. The midfield battle in this game for Portugal and Spain will be unreal. But we will get to that game when we get to that game. It's just an interesting talking point, I guess.
And also, the last time,
Go first.
the last time Portugal lost in the round of 16 against Spain was 2010, and you know what happened there. Spain went in the World Cup, so just leaving that fact there.
Yeah, shout, bro.
But also the last two World Cups, the team that knocked out Croatia was the team that went on to win the World Cup. Sure, what's gonna happen here? No, what's gonna happen here? The one point I wanted to make though is the fact that with all of the games, this World Cup, bar the Cape Verde game, which obviously ultimately proved to be Spain's most difficult game, was the fact that the opposition kept on trying to play football against Spain as well. So Spain have the runners, like Max obviously highlighted, Cucurella over the left side, even Alex Vieira on the
left-hand side also.
Left side as well.
Yeah.
Having Oyarzabal there also, that can be a central player, and then he can also be a runner. And then obviously Lamine Yamal on the right. If you play football against Spain, they have the players that can break the lines, that can do the over-the-top passes, and overload the opposition on turnovers. So if Portugal are to play football against Spain, and like I said, it's going to be one of those games where it's on the day, because right now it's easy to predict Spain to win Portugal. But if Portugal have to show up that day, they have the players that can actually make it a difficult game for Spain. And low-key, if those players have their games as well, Bruno, Vitinha, João Neves, Cristiano, Leao, then on paper even, that team is better than the Spanish team. So it all depends on if Portugal actually show up that day.
I think also the difference between Spain and Portugal is Spain have that unpredictability with Dani Olmo. Like at certain points in the game, he just takes it by the scruff of the neck and you don't know what he's going to do. Like even there was one chance in the last game. I don't know if you remember where he just puts it through the guy's legs like on the turn and tries to go around him. And he just overhit it by a small margin. So it's just that unpredictability they have. But I must say also Leao yesterday. Leao was actually quite good. He was one of the better players we've seen on the pitch for Portugal compared to the rest of them. He was at least able to shine. And he was the one that gave that assist for Goncalo Ramos to score the winner.
Yeah, that was a really good cross as well. Really good cross. But that's what Leao can do, man. That's what AC Milan's fans are calling for constantly. But
look at let's move on. The link up in AC Milan. The future. Roberto Martinez has given Amorim.
He wanted to leave. Leao did say he's going to leave. So, yeah, it might not be as long as Roberto Martinez and Amorim hope, but we will see. We will see. By the way, guys, it is 1-1 in the Egypt game still, about 40 minutes ago of extra time. Omar Marmoush has been taken off. And if we do go to penalties, I will be muting Max Said because he's going to ruin it before the goals come out. So, yeah, just letting everybody know that. But yeah, follow him.
Look, I'm not even going to be here if that happens. I'm going to go to the lounge joke.
I'm hoping we finish this before the penalty shootout, okay?
Okay, then let's talk about Switzerland versus Algeria.
You know what, Noaz? I'm actually going to skip that To be honest, I'm actually going to skip Switzerland.
Alright,
Algeria, if that's okay.
there's a
No, let's just
breakthrough
briefly
one
talk over
happening.
like 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
I'm not going to talk about the one kid that's
2
been
minutes.
lighting up the World Cup. The Dodds really.
Well, I mean,
No,
Manzambi, yeah,
shout
he's
out.
good, bro. But yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Coming to Newcastle.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't he like your target also?
Just don't talk to me about Newcastle, yeah, and fucking midfielders, yeah. Don't talk to me at all, bro. Just fucking leave me alone, twat. But yeah. Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
not much.
Let's
to
talk about
just the
Switzerland,
fact that
Algeria. Finish 2-0.
Yeah.
Switzerland move on. Brilliant bowler and Manzambi with goals. Nawaz, Mac, the floor's yours.
Yeah, not much more to add. Obviously, besides the fact that they will be versus the winner of Colombia versus Ghana. Switzerland have been looking, like under the radar, good. Like they haven't really made any like headline wins or anything, but they are looking solid. And I think if Colombia wins Ghana, then I do see like Switzerland getting knocked out. If Ghana somehow pull a miracle, I do see Switzerland then having a deep run in this World Cup.
Okay.
I agree with Nawaz with the Switzerland thing. But I want to talk about Algeria. Disappointing me again.
Your boy, Vladimir
Petkovic.
Petkovic again. I had hope in him, but he flattered to deceive. Like, I think Switzerland were all over them. Algeria stand no chance. I think the XG was like even 0.15 or something. That's how bad it was. Imagine coming into a knockout game, high expectations, and the Algerians are not even like, they don't have shit players, bro. They have players that can actually bowl it out. And the fact that they played in that manner was very disappointing. Another African team out. Now we just left with us. Egypt, we don't even know what's going to happen
Ghana.
here. Morocco, and Ghana and Cape Verde. Looks like we're only going to have
Cape
Morocco from the
Verde.
season of it.
Cape Verde gonna surprise us tonight, man.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think so.
Oh my god. You know the scenes. Of all this stupid, like, you know what, right? I actually hate Messi fans. I don't hate Messi, I just hate Messi fans, yeah? Messi fans like this guy, yeah? Who think they're so smart, think they, see football in a different level, I see it in a different lens. If he gets pumped, yeah, and get knocked out by Vazini and the boys, bro, you know how happy I'll be. And it pains me to say that. That shows real hate. Because this is Messi's last World Cup, right? Ronaldo's last World Cup. I shouldn't want to see them. But, bro, just to have people shut up about Messi, bro, I would love it if Cape Verde went through. Oh, my God. I think I deserve. I promise you guys.
I'm sorry,
Honestly.
If that happens, I'm not going to be sad. So if that makes you happy, by all means.
He got this 6 goals. That's what I know the bullshit is going to come out. Well, he got 6 goals. He's top goal scorer. Right? He's the top World Cup goal scorer.
I'm not a hardcore fan like Uzi
will
will be crying for his goats and stuff. Okay, it's part of ball. You get knocked
Can we have
out,
a
you get
moment of
knocked out.
silence, by the way? Like, I feel like we never even acknowledge the fact that just a moment of silence for Miroslav Klose, who will no longer be the answer to all the pub game quizzes, because Messi has now dethroned him. Miroslav Klose, give it another 5-10 years, the man will be irrelevant now.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
a sad day.
Like,
Sad
it
day.
used to be legendary names on this list. And now, I mean, obviously Messi and Mbappe are legendary. Yeah, like fairs.
Yeah.
But like
I'm
these
just
are
gonna say.
like legendaries where you're like, oh shoot, like Closer, good Muller. And even Kane. Bro, Kane's now above Pele.
Yeah.
Like when I deep that, I think, oh my god, imagine being a footballer, grown up in England, and now you're above Pele in the list. Like
I saw someone saying.
crazy.
Sorry,
He's the same about World Cups as Pele. No.
where
Yeah.
where did Pele actually go in and score his goals? Because he
bro,
wasn't the top
Santos on
scorer
the
in Brazil. He wasn't the top scorer at the World Cup. Wasn't the top scorer at a Copa Libertadores. Where was this guy top scorer? That's crazy.
Bro, in the Kick-Ass Super League, bro. That's where it was. Trust.
But yeah, no, I don't think there's anything else to talk about there for Switzerland, Algeria.
Yeah. Switzerland,
Yeah.
Algeria. Fair play to
That-
Switzerland. That side of the group is just going to get bounced by Colombia anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's relevant to me. Enjoy your little run. And Colombia will knock you out. Like, legit. And then the other game, that's the games that are going to happen that we're going to review is obviously Colombia, Ghana, Canada, Morocco, which is the first round 16 game. But we will start, of course, we will start with Argentina, Cabo Verde. Max Said. Is this like a quick conversation that we're going to have, or are we going to go in depth in a bit of Cabo Verde?
I don't think we need to go in depth. I think Argentina is going to be too strong for them. They had Cape Verde play their best football, I would say, in that first match. But like, if anyone comes and tells me going into the second and third match, Vozinha was good, bro, you got something coming for you. Because the amount of mistakes he made in that second game, I don't think anyone noticed it because of what he did in that first game. So coming into this game against the Argentines, I think it's going to be a tough ask for Cape Verde to go on and win because looking even from the right-hand side, Gary Rodriguez, my word, even worse than Madueke. I've seen this guy. Man is skying everything into row 15, running the ball out of play. They could have easily won the final game against Saudi Arabia, but they made it a tougher ask. But anyways, they qualified, got into the round of 32. Tough ask to play Argentina. Messi is going to love a game against these guys. They're going to sit in a block, but Messi's going to sit in the pockets and he's just going to pick it up. So watch out for that. And also another fact, the same, witch doctor, sorry guys, that said the thing about Kane. And he put that muti stuff on him. Said Cape Verde is actually going to beat Argentina. So we're going to have to see if the guy is talking nonsense or is it going to come to fruition.
He's talking nonsense, man. All of these guys, if they were so good, they would win the lotto, bro. Like use your powers to become rich. Unless they love it.
I skimmed that guy about the Kane. He literally probably just came out after the game to say all these things about Kane.
He's definitely taking his clout, like he's grabbing it. No, like it's still relevant right now. How are we still talking about him?
One thing I'll say about Cape Verde, though, one thing I would say about him, right, is obviously they're being pretty tight at the back, right? I think they only conceded one goal. It was two goals against Uruguay.
2 goals.
Yeah, two goals against Uruguay. And bro, they love a shot. I'll be honest. They've had enough shooting practice, yeah, in these first 3 games, mate. Like even the goals scored against Uruguay, if they put it together, it could become an issue for Argentina, man. So Argentina shouldn't just think that they're going to get an easy walk through as Egypt walk through the defense of Australia. But yeah, I think Argentina will ultimately come through. Who's going to win? I'm putting £3 on it. Put £3 on Egypt, bro, and semi-half. But yeah, so that's what I'd say. Noas, what do you think of this game? I think Messi scores another goal, makes it 8 games in a row where he scored in the World Cup game.
Yeah, right now Argentina's top goal scorers is Messi on 6, then Lo Celso on 1, Lautaro Martinez on 1. So Lionel Messi has definitely been the channel.
That's a name, man.
That's a
name, bro.
Bro, Lo Celso scored, bro. He actually played well the last game.
Yeah.
When I saw him play, I was like, bro, you still exist.
Giovanni. Yeah. No, but like ultimately, I think it'll be too much for Cape Verde, and I think they'll put up a good fight if they can ride the wave for the first 20 minutes. It means it'll be a tough game for Argentina. Where if they do end up winning, it'll be a 1-0 or a 2-0, then the goals will come very late. If they do score within the first 20, floodgates will start opening. Vozinha will allow Messi to bring more rackets so he can get his shirt at the end of the game. Like, remember, I'm the guy that made you score goals. But yeah, I think it all depends on the first 20 minutes that dictates the rest of this game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. Yeah, if they can get like an early lead, it's proven it in a lot of these games. You can just get like an early lead and run the first half. You can pretty much run away with it. But yeah, boys, I think, lads, genuinely, if this goes to penalties, let's stay on, right? Because I can see people coming in wanting to talk about the game. I think it's going to get a lot more reviews, like in Uzi's lives,
1 minute
about it. I'm on 26-16, but we'll consider it. I mean, Australia might go ahead and score here, but I'm just letting you guys know.
26-16, what?
I'm on 26-30 now.
No, what?
Like, what are you on?
Time
I'll do the same thing.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds.
20 seconds ahead. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll let you work that one out. So the other game that we can talk about is Colombia versus Ghana. What is happening here? It's Munoz and Diaz to send them through. Ghana to put a low block and stop them like they did against England. How can Colombia break these boys down?
It's gonna be. No, I was gonna say that like Luis Diaz's first World Cup, he's definitely having a decent game, and he's proving why he's been one of the best players also in the world. It's a decent game, decent campaign, I mean. But like, yeah, I think Colombia, Ghana, for me, have been actually quite surprisingly good compared to the other African teams. I didn't really have any faith in Ghana. But I think if there is a country that can give Colombia a big test, it will be them. I think they definitely have good players when it comes to breakaway moments. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but Colombia have been more of a surprise to me than Ghana, and they've built more momentum. And World Cup tournament football, it's all about who can build more momentum, and I think Colombia currently just have more momentum.
They have been the real dark horses this tournament. Like they have been on it in every department.
Bro, I could easily see semi-final between England and Colombia. You know, like I see it. I think we'll beat them, but I can definitely see it. England versus Colombia, but we'll see when we get to that point. What scoreline are we going to go for in that game?
Tight one, I think 2-1.
I'm gonna go Colombia 3-1.
I'm going to go Colombia 2-0. I think it'll be tight, but it'll end up 2-0.
I think,
but
the difference with with Ghana.
Oh,
is
by the way, sorry, Mac. VAR. Let's go to Hamza over pitch side. A substitution for Australia. The keeper comes off. Beach goes off and Matt Ryan comes on, which is a repeat of Netherlands in 2014. And of course, Netherlands won that game thanks to Tim Krul. So let's see if this can work for them. Bring on Matt Ryan.
Of another stat on that. This is that keeper Beach. It's only his second year as a professional footballer.
Sure.
So it makes sense in hindsight.
Yeah, well, let's see, bro. See, look, Matt, it already doubled the amount of people that are watching just from Australia somehow making it to the penalty shootout. So, wow. Keep happy, guys.
Former Arsenal player.
Yeah. So let's go to the final game that we're going to preview. Final game that we're going to preview, which is Morocco versus Canada. First round of 16 game on the top side of the bracket. Morocco. Let's go to the Moroccan in the Jad, guys. Fucking hell. No us. Canada, Morocco happening tomorrow evening. What are we saying, my boy?
I think Canada have definitely impressed us all this World Cup. I think coming up against AFCON champions on paper. I know they're not the people's champs, but ultimately the history books will say 3-0 Morocco in the final. I think this will be a step too far for Canada. Just remind me again, where is this one being played? Because obviously Canada is being one of the host nations.
I think America.
This is being played. So there's no more games in Canada, by the way. This game is being played.
Even Mexico. Mexico against England is the last game in Mexico. After
versus Morocco is in. Okay, I'll give you guys 2 guesses as to which city it's in. Let's see people's World Cup knowledge. 2 guesses each.
New York.
Okay, there's 1 guess. And Kansas. And 2 guesses each, so you got 1 more each.
Let's go. What's the one that?
Houston.
Okay. Boom! There we go. I was about to say NASA. Houston, we have the answer. They're playing in Houston tomorrow.
You know how I clocked it? I remember Bafana's supposed to play in Houston. If you beat
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Oh my God, Australia nearly scored. It's definitely going to penalties, by the way, guys. So stay on. We're going to do a penalty watch along between Australia and Egypt. And make sure you're following Prem de la Creme. This is the page that we do the podcast on. So make sure you're following Prem de la Creme. Follow Max Said as well, just because he's handsome and that. And then follow me because my account is reviving. So yeah, for all those reasons, follow everyone. But yeah, so Canada, Morocco. Sorry, guys. I know as you were saying.
I think ultimately. No, I was just saying, I think Ayo Boadi could throw in the midfield. Jonathan David being the only player that Morocco would have to try and nullify.
Bro, I don't even think that's the thing. They have to, even though a half-foot Alphonso Davies, he is the guy to watch. You can just see the elite mentality he has just stepping onto the field. So he's the one.
Jonathan David plays left wing for his country,
yeah. But then again,
no player has scored more goals than Jonathan David this World Cup.
Jonathan friggin' David, dude.
Yeah, but he doesn't impose himself in these matches. I haven't seen it where he's actually like lit it up. I've seen Prince David do more than him in his last few.
Yeah. No, I think this will be too much though. This will be too much for Canada. Like fries in the bag sort of situation here. Like Morocco, we are forgetting that this is an African country that has a genuine chance of winning the entire World Cup.
Yeah, I think we've said it before. They beat Canada, and if somehow they beat France, I think Morocco has a good chance of going to win this World Cup.
Definitely, man. I think they'll give a problem to. I'm kind of looking even further forward in like France and against Spain potentially in the semi-final. I've got them going to the final, so yeah, I've got them beating them. See, look at that, guys. I told you. Let's just wait for penalties.
143.
It just flew. Guys, if you
like the live, man.
Make sure you follow this account, Prem de la Creme. You can follow these two, that's all right. But make sure to follow this account. This is where we do podcasts every single day during the World Cup. Silence and miss from the spot no ads. Okay, guys, I need you to get your setup aligned with my setup, right? Because I can't move my setup forward, right? So, Mark,
I'm gonna drop from the StreamYard then.
How are we gonna sort this?
So are we dropping from StreamYard?
No, it's almost.
I'm dropping from StreamYard.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh well, why?
We have to go that side.
We can stop the StreamYard. Maybe if you take this into your room, yeah, and I can stream my slides in front of everyone, so we can all watch my stream at the same time.
Oh, you mean yeah, like that? Sure.
Yeah,
so we're stopping the stream, man. Thanks so much, everybody. What a show, man.
Bye, guys.
I know.
Show the game, rich kids. Unfortunately.